Okay, I'm going to try to keep this short. It's a little hard for me. What this Stop Ohio Pay to Play is all about, this is my fight. This is our fight. This is, every individual has to step up to the plate. Take our government back, take our country back, state, local, national, federal level. My case, I developed something supported by state funding, venture capitalists with deep pockets, the Department of Energy, U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, all of them. What it does, it allows more wires into raceways, electrical, and data. Prevents, as long as it's followed by the testing and everything, prevents fires, prevents ID theft. And a simple way to explain it is our blood in our body has to travel through the veins. Electric wire does the same thing. You get blockage, you have a heart attack. Electrical is the same way, only you get a fire, ID theft. And without getting too technical, this keeps those arteries open. Now, Democrats and Republicans in his state are in the pocket of Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide Insurance, which has over 6,000 people in their 3 high-rise buildings, deliberately violated Ohio laws. City of Columbus Mayor Mike, don't challenge my manhood, Coleman. That goes back to him and Glenn Beck case with a school rape here on the radio a few years back. Then at the state level, Governor Strickland, Democrat, and his administration, they tried to cover this up through the Ohio Board of Building Standards, which is charged to enforce our building codes, protect property and lives. Enter John Kasich, Republican, same case, covering it up. Only one person at the state level, and that is a lady very high up under Attorney General Mike DeWine. Her name is Hillary Demeser. Seems to be a very ethical person. There's another lady in the Ohio Ethics Commission. Her name is Jennifer Hardin. A couple people, but very high up. But the politicians have their own rules and they play by them, and we see that at national and every level. So what this boils down to is what I developed was something that prevents fire, saves lives, helps prevent ID theft and hacking and different issues. All the engineers, private, public sector, have all gotten onto this in an unbelievable way. The Board of Building Standards didn't follow the laws, so we took it through the different court systems as the case Ohio Court of Claims, 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, and Ohio Supreme Court. And the bottom line of the essence is the Board of Building Standards under both parties are not following the law, not protecting Ohio lives and properties, much like federal level on every aspect. And in the way the casinos came in, this is kind of how this evolved. Nationwide, owns everybody, and they're all doing their own thing, and it's like, bowing down just like Obama to the Islamic world does. It doesn't bow down to our Constitution and our laws, the separation of powers. It states in the Ohio Constitution, right here, Section 15.06C7, each of the 4 casino facilities shall be subject to all applicable state laws, local ordinances related to health and building codes, or any related requirements or provisions. And the key word is shall. Excuse me. Shall is in legal terms. No ifs, ands, or buts. No when it's a full moon, waning, waxing, or whatever else. That means it shall. Now, shall is also used in many other aspects of this. Why is that word used? Because it's intended to protect people's lives. Property is secondary. What is the law is adopted as in almost every state? It's a national electric code for these standards. And in the National Electric Code, you have 2 key aspects to this, both the nationwide and the casinos. 31011, which is adjustment factors, or in the old terminology, derating. As you add more wires, you reduce how many amps can be placed on those wires so it doesn't break the insulation down and start the fires. Like many cases, high-rise buildings and other places. 1980, the MGM Grand caught fire. There are slots in the floor, same as our casinos and almost many others, which have problems. And how some of these buildings or casinos deal with this is they use infrared photography and try to pull the wires out. They don't want any 5 people dying. They don't want anybody to die, but they want to do it just like Nationwide, get by at the cheapest, unethical, whatever it is, and this is the bottom line. So 374.5 and 17, number of conductors, wires, and cables in the raceways, and the ampacity of conductors. Kicks you back here to 310.15, which limits that. What that means is, if you don't follow these, buildings catch fire, people die. Bottom line. Now, our court system politicians are covering up. The Ohio Board of Building Standards only about collecting money. In Ohio, and I would imagine probably other states, they found out that the building industry is one heck of a cow to milk money from zoning, construction, trades, unions, developers, whatever the case may be. Everybody has an interest. All the politicians have an interest in, instead of following the laws, federal, state, local levels, is just get the money. Sell your soul to the devil. Well, this is what the Democrats and the Republicans have done here in Ohio. And our Supreme Court, with their restrictions, there's only certain things. One of which is where we filed in, and none of the courts even looked at this case, of great public interest. Is not following our laws, is not protecting our lives and property under the Ohio Revised Code, the Constitution of Ohio, as well as the United States of America. Is that not of great public interest? It is. So, please get this information out there. All the casinos and racinos, the same case, but there's other places. Nationwide Insurance, they caused the November 14, 2008, which I posted the video links on YouTube of knocked out power. People were trapped in elevators, hotels, many other things. They tried to make a deal the following Monday. Friday was the fire. This past year, it comes out roughly September, October, somewhere in there. Over 1 million nationwide clients and their personal information had been hacked and stolen. Nationwide has one of the best security systems. What I developed prevents this, like I was trying to describe, keeps the arteries open so you don't have a heart attack, both on heat, breaking down the wires and starting fires, and the ID theft of changing the sine wave. I've contacted every state attorney general and ours as well. You need to also. Please call your attorney generals, your governors, your elected representatives, and send emails, phone calls to Governor Kasich. He's aware of this. Democrat or Republican, they don't care. They prostitute themselves out to whoever's got the most power and money. And we need to change that. No extra perks for them. If they don't work for us and follow our laws, our Constitution, which is the law, you know what? I would say send them to Gitmo, but the latest I've heard, Gitmo has soccer fields and all kinds of little perks. It's a country club. So they need to be sent someplace, but that's not it. We know where they're going to end up eventually. It's a hot place in hell. So thank you.